Welcome to HotDrama TV. Liu Yuning's only regret after The Prisoner of Beauty? That there wasn't a sequel. When The Prisoner of Beauty finally wrapped, it felt like the end of an era. For viewers and perhaps even more so for its leading man Liu Yuning. The historical drama, which captivated audiences with its sweeping cinematography, rich storytelling and emotionally complex characters, didn't just live up to expectations, it exceeded them. It was a surprise hit, a genre-defying project, and most notably, the career-defining moment Liu Yuning had long been chasing. But even amid all the applause, behind the curtain of success, Liu had one lingering thought. One that made him pause, smile a little and say, half joking, half serious, "Why didn't they write a sequel?" Let's rewind and dive into why The Prisoner of Beauty became such a pivotal project, and why Liu Yuning, despite all its triumphs, walks away with just one bittersweet regret. It ended too soon. A dream project that almost didn't happen. When the casting for The Prisoner of Beauty was first announced, there were mixed reactions. Liu Yuning, primarily known for his singing career and only more recently establishing himself as an actor, was tapped to play Wei Xiao, a complex male lead steeped in political warfare and emotional restraint. Fans were skeptical. Wei Xiao is not your typical romantic hero. He's tough, bruised by war, and emotionally armored. Liu Yuning, with his sharp features and cool aura, looked the part, but many questioned whether he could embody the depth the role demanded. Enter Song Zuer Tong Tani. Cast as the graceful and resilient Song Yimeng, also known as Song Xiaoyu. Together, the pairing brought fresh energy to a familiar genre. Their dynamic felt less like two actors reading lines, and more like two souls in conflict, learning to navigate love in the middle of chaos. As the story unfolded, it became clear. Liu Yuning wasn't just fitting the role, he was elevating it. Turning criticism into career fuel. Before The Prisoner of Beauty, Liu Yuning's transition from music to acting had its fair share of hurdles. Netizens were quick to critique his earlier performances, especially in historical dramas, saying he lacked the gravitas for leading roles. This project flipped that script. Not only did Liu prove his critics wrong, he did so with a performance that felt both disciplined and raw. From battle-hardened glares to subtle emotional breakdowns, he portrayed Wei Xiao with a realism that was hard to ignore. His chemistry with Song Zuer sparked countless fan edits and shipping wars online, cementing the couple as one of 2025's most beloved CPs, couple pairings, in Chinese drama fandom. Even more striking, the praise from industry veterans. Critics and colleagues alike began to refer to Liu's performance as a major step forward in his acting evolution, one that pushed him from idol to legitimate actor status. The sequel that lives only in his imagination. At a recent press event, when asked about his biggest regret related to The Prisoner of Beauty, Liu Yuning didn't hesitate. "Why didn't the writers think to create a second part?" He laughed. "If I had written the script, I'd have left room for The Prisoner of Beauty Part 2. He wasn't entirely joking. Liu admitted that he had even suggested ideas for a sequel to the production team, an indication of how deeply invested he became in the character and the world they created. For an actor to want more time in a role, especially one as emotionally taxing as Wei Xiao, says something important. It wasn't just about screen time or fame, it was about artistry. Liu Yuning wasn't done telling Wei Xiao's story. And frankly, neither were the fans. Song Zuer, a perfect match on and off screen. While Liu Yuning's transformation into a historical lead was a major narrative of the show's success, Song Zuer deserves equal credit. As Song Yimeng, she was elegance personified. Critics called her performance effortless yet commanding, and many noted how closely she resembled the original character described in the source material. Their partnership didn't just work, it shimmered. Audiences watched as two characters from opposing worlds built a marriage of necessity that slowly evolved into a bond of trust, and eventually, love. Off-screen, the two stars appeared at press events with an easy rapport. No over-the-top antics or manufactured affection, just genuine mutual respect, which only fueled fans' desire to see them together again, preferably in a sequel that has yet to exist. From one drama to many, Liu Yuning's career surge. Since the drama's conclusion, Liu Yuning has been a hot commodity. Production studios have flooded his inbox with offers, many of them big-budget historical and action-oriented scripts that once might have been reserved for more established names. In a span of months, he went from being a risky choice to a bankable leading man. This career resurgence couldn't have come at a better time. After weathering a wave of criticism early in his acting career, The Prisoner of Beauty served as both vindication and a fresh launchpad. For Liu Yuning, the show didn't just tell a story, it rewrote his narrative. A cast that delivered across the board. It wasn't just Liu and Song Zuer carrying the weight. The Prisoner of Beauty assembled a dream team of seasoned actors and rising stars. Supporting roles featured the likes of Liu Shaoqing, Xian Lu, Lu Duanduan, He Hongshan, Li Shuaqin, and even the legendary Peter Ho and Wang Qingxi. Each performance added texture and nuance, creating a world that felt fully lived in. The attention to detail in the costume design and set pieces brought a classical aesthetic that still felt fresh, bridging tradition with a modern visual sensibility. Whether it was an intimate palace confrontation or a sweeping battlefield sequence, everything about the production screamed high quality, and viewers noticed. What's next for Wei Xiao and the man who played him? While there's no official word on a sequel, the public demand is very real. Fan petitions have started circulating on Weibo, asking the producers to consider continuing the story. And Liu Yuning himself has expressed his willingness to return. But perhaps what makes the idea of a sequel so tantalizing isn't just unfinished plotlines. It's the emotional attachment the audience now has to these characters. Wei Xiao, as portrayed by Liu Yuning, isn't just a character. He's a symbol of growth, both in story and in real life. And that's why Liu's regret feels so sincere. He's not mourning a missed opportunity for fame. He's mourning the farewell of a role that changed him. Final thoughts. The legacy of The Prisoner of Beauty. Some dramas entertain, others linger. The Prisoner of Beauty is the kind of project that lingers not just in ratings but in impact. It gave Liu Yuning the comeback he didn't know he needed, offered Song Zuer another crown jewel in her acting portfolio, and gave viewers a rare mix of aesthetic beauty, emotional depth, and storytelling maturity. So what's Liu Yuning's biggest regret? That it ended. And maybe, just maybe, that means we haven't truly seen the last of Wei Xiao.